for this. Okay, now we're on. Waiting for this to catch up. It's Monday. The Bachelorette's about to start. Does it seem to me like we're getting the same guys over and over again? The one guy from Texas. I'm so much more modest. But then he says something about, I have the money to wine and dine a woman. Yeah, modest much? Of the songwriter. Wes? Jillian? Was it? Whatever season that was. The single father. Yeah, because that's going to connect with the single mother. And there's so many others I'm just like, oh my gosh. Seriously. Again. And I'm thinking about trying to create a drinking game with Sprite. How many times we refer to the single mother or anything else that you would have the idea for. So, that's that. Watched Dancing with the Stars. I think anything stood out to me. I was kind of doing everything else. Not much. They're decent. Hopefully Mark's partner's not injured. But if she does, that's a good way to eliminate a person right before the final. So, there's that. Just today. Trying to think much else. I know I was going to tell you about. I had to go to a book club, and which is kind of good because I'm reading like real adult books, not trashy romance novels or just young adult books. Way too much of them. So it's good for me. We read The Peach Keeper this past month, and I really enjoyed that. It was could have developed some of the characters a little bit more, but it was just generally sweet, nice. Okay, maybe not really sweet because the end of it had to do with the murder, so I'm not really sure if sweet's the word. But it was there. It was nice. I liked it. We had the meeting. It was very small. And oh my gosh, the one woman wanted to smack. She was talking about how you have to go to college out of state. You can't be friends with your friends from high school. You have to move more than 50 miles from home. Basically, to be a valuable person. I was like, here's a hint. Maybe that's not the most important thing in the world. There's a lot of experience. Okay, yes, okay, this all applies to me, but I'm kind of like, you're judging a lot of people because actually, throughout history, most people stayed within, say 50 miles of where they were born. And then she was like, I won't let my kids apply to the one school, which happens to be my college. And how, because, it's too narrow, it's not that great. They had 20,000, then the next day on Facebook they had a thing about how they had 20,000 applicants, slightly over that actually, for 4,500 freshman spots. Guess what? That means at least 1 in 2 of the people got turned down. And it's another issue, so it's kind of like, yeah, and we've got one of the best business programs in the country. Really, I know, you think, it's a state school, it's not that great, but honestly, Ivy Leagues are the only thing better. So, when you're telling me this, it actually, I'm kind of like, is that what you want to say? Or, your kid's just going to hack it. Because my parents weren't all that impressed with the school originally because it is only 30 miles up the road. And so familiarity. But then once I got in and they started talking, they found out a bunch of friends whose kids had wanted to go and couldn't make the grades. Or this test scores. So, cha-ching, I did. But yeah, so it's much more difficult than people realize. And I think actually nationally it's got a much better reputation. And also, though, there's 2 other schools locally. If you saw my thing about the 2 cities we live between, the one lots of people go to, but it's kind of known that it's that much better of an education. I mean, there's so many people that they're not going to be like, oh yeah, my degree's crap, your degree's worth so much. But they know it. In the school in the other city, I mean, it's a commuter school, and people do it, and people obviously succeed with it because they're going to succeed at any school. But they're kind of like, yeah, you went there. Nice job. So I just felt the need to put that out there, that just because people think things, it's not true. I feel like I'm being vague, but at the same time, the blog's public and I don't want to name names. Just, I mean, you've probably figured it out already if you track anything, but I don't want to be just obvious. So I think that's it for now. I'll probably try to load this up soon and talk to you later.